This is an introduction to how the ASTD questions are going to work on Thursday, and you can go ahead and make any notes and let me know how you'd like me to change these. But first we'll start with engaging the set of questions. And this is what the audience will see, and they can put their answers in with their remote pads. So I'm just going to choose a couple of answers here, and you can see how those will flow in. When we end the question, the audience can see how the group has responded, or we can hide this feature. It depends on how you want to collect the data. And all of this data is being collected behind the scenes. I'll show you a report later. So this question asks them for the main reason they joined. Then the second most important reason they joined, again, we can show them how their responses are coming in, or we can hide that. Now we're looking at which service is most important. Second most important. And I thought third most important on this one. So we can ask this question as many times as you'd like. This one I only gave one opportunity for them to respond to these. We'll put these in. This one, oh, it looks like I need to adjust that, so I'll make an adjustment on the font size there. This is a numeric question, so they're going to answer this with their preferred 2 days of meeting times. And so I'll have somebody answer Thursday and Friday, and they'll have to send this answer in, and then the other one I'll have do Monday, Wednesday. Now this one, we won't be able to see the results right away unless we click on the last question. And then if we scroll down, you can see that the two responses were 13 and 45, which refers to Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Friday. This one is just multiple choice. And again, we could make this a numeric question if you want to have the audience actually type in a dollar amount. And the other thing you should know is that any time we can ask a question. So let's say we got the results here, and let's say everybody put $20 or something, and we thought, well, maybe they'll go higher. We can click on verbal, choose a numeric response, and have them type in an actual number. And the way this looks is like this. We can see the results displayed. So somebody typed in 100, somebody typed in 25. And we could have looked at the results that way before. In fact, I think on the next one I'll show that to you. Well, the next numeric question. All right, so here we're just going to have them respond with a letter. Here's a prioritization question, and I don't think I have any, oh, they're going to close that, any other choices here. So we'll just have the priorities come in. And what's neat about this is we can show that histogram and I'll click end here. And if I put the histogram up, you're going to see the results in real time. So there's their priorities. Now this data isn't really useful the way it is, but I can export it to Excel. If you want me to separate those numbers, I'd be happy to do that. And that way you can see how many, I think we could just sort this and you get a general idea of how well, how the participants are responding to those questions. Again, same idea, just typing in those responses. And they'll be able to see what they're typing right on their pads, and so they can accurately respond to these. There we go. Again, I'll put up the histogram so you can see what that looks like. And I suppose if people didn't want to add some of these responses in their prioritization, they wouldn't have to. They just have to type in, if 1 and 5 are the only things that are of interest to them, they can just type in 1 and 5. Again, just a basic A or B answer. I'll change the font on this as well. So this, they could just put their top choices. They wouldn't have to put all of them since this is just the special interest group response. And this one will look like this. So you can see somebody responded this way and somebody else responded this way. But it looks like 1 and 5 are of high priority. And that brings us to the end. We can close this. If I go to the Reports tab, you're going to have a report that's set up just for you. There's lots of reports, so we'll customize those. And I can export the data to you in an Excel spreadsheet and just email that to the board members. And if you know the names of the people that are associated with these clicker numbers, you'll have data that is very specific to those people. And again, there's those numbers, those numeric responses. By the way, 2 and 3 in this case respond to, or correlate to. 2 means B and 3 means C. And so you can sort and adjust those numbers. And I can also send you a set of the questions in our format so that you'll have the information that you need. There's actually a report that sends that out as well, the raw response data export. So I can give you as much information as you need, and hopefully that'll help you make good decisions. Let me know if there's any changes you'd like to make, and we'll be sure to do that. Again, at any time, we can ask what's called a verbal question. So if you see something that comes up, we can ask any of these multiple choice questions or a numeric for the group and collect the data that way on the fly. Thanks. I'll see you on Thursday.